Reinventing yourself as a woman is one of the most courageous things you can do. And after coaching more than 25,000 women in my private spaces and in my programs as well, and completely rebuilding my own identity, my career, my relationships, and my financial reality, I can tell you that reinvention is not a cute trend, and it is all about having a strategy and an intentional process that you follow. And this is really powerful because women learn from processes like that. Reinvention starts with a moment of honesty, where you admit to yourself that something in your life is no longer aligned with the woman you know you are meant to be. It might be the work that you do, it might be the way that you show up in life or online or in your business. It could be the standards you tolerate in your relationships and the way that you treat your body, or it could be your beliefs that you have unconsciously inherited. Reinvention as a woman requires you to stop living from the past version of who you used to be and start living from your future self. And the first practical step is awareness, because you cannot reinvent what you refuse to acknowledge. So now sit down and audit every area of your life without emotion and without excuses. Just be very honest with yourself and ask yourself where you are settling, where you are shrinking, where you are still operating from survival instead of leadership. The second step is identity creation. Reinvention only works when you define the next version of yourself with absolute clarity. So, who is she? How does she speak? What does she tolerate? What does she no longer allow into her life? What habits does she have? Reinvention collapses the moment you try to elevate your results while keeping the habits of your own identity. It is extremely tricky. The third step is environmental elevation, because no matter how strong you are, you cannot grow in a place that keeps triggering your old patterns. Sometimes reinvention requires changing cities, leaving relationships, unfollowing certain people online on social media. The shows that you're watching, you no longer watch them, joining new communities, or surrounding yourself with women who are already living the life that you want to live. This is extremely important. Surround yourself with women who are already there. The fourth step is behavioral alignment, which is where real transformation happens. So every day, you have to ask yourself the question, what would the next version of me do today? I do this every single day. You let that woman take the action. You feel her, you embody her. You let that woman to make the decisions that you need to make that day. And you let that woman make the investments. Reinvention is not emotional. It is behavioral. The fifth step is discipline. I speak a lot about discipline because it's really important, and it's the hardest part about reinventing yourself, because it is about so much consistency that is required to maintain the new standards that you have of this new identity until the results show up. Most women quit too early because they expect change to feel comfortable or aligned. It's not going to feel aligned when it's uncomfortable and when it's new. Reinvention is uncomfortable. It's unfamiliar for the body, and sometimes it gets really lonely. But it is also the most rewarding journey you will ever take. The sixth step is emotional mastery, because old triggers will try to pull you back into your old behaviors every single day, multiple times a day. Reinvention requires learning to regulate yourself under pressure how to speak to yourself with compassion, and make decisions based on your future instead of your fears. And the final step, my darling, is patience. Because you gotta be so patient with the momentum, because reinvention is not instant. It's gonna take some time. It is a compounding process. Every disciplined day, every elevated choice, every upgraded habit, all of this stacks over time and builds this new version. It is absolutely an incredible process where it's almost you will not recognize yourself. So if you follow these steps and stay committed to your growth, you will wake up in a life that finally reflects your potential. So when you watch this, just sit with it and let me know, what do you resonate the most with? And please mention in the comments section, what kind of a woman are you becoming? What are the next steps that you are taking? What are you claiming, boldly claiming in your life and changing today? Because the shift has to happen today, not tomorrow. It needs to happen today. And if you want to be surrounded by more incredible women who, just like you, are looking to reinvent themselves, I've actually created a free community that you can join. I do free trainings inside. There's plenty of resources, and I'm also there in the comments to connect with people. So the link will be below. You can find it, and I can't wait to see your new elevated identity.